Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ. Lucky once again. I don't know what happened. The laptop, the internet just stopped working completely, which is random. And also, too, the laptop decided to update without my permission. All right. Salaki for that once again. You know how Esau is when it comes to his technology. Yeah, I just want to say that the white man, Salaki, our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. All right. Okay. Moving on. I'm gonna wait here for a second for people to come in. All right. Okay, for those that's coming in, Salaki, once again, I'm not sure what happened. Our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. The laptop decided to update itself without my permission, um, and the internet just cuts off completely. I don't know what's going on. All right, but the show must go on. We are definitely still going to get this work. All right. So the water for those that chimed right back in. Let's finish what we started. So right here we have the Okay, once again, it's going to be AH. Okay. And then we have the Ra and the Ma. All right, let me see something. Hey, Shalom, y'all, Shamara, Atabashina, Shai, sis. Kawana, how you doing, sis? It's nice to see you watching class. Lashawan Qadash. Miss you, sis. All right. Let's see. Where was I? Oh, it's like so for the sister Marakapath, I believe you had spelled it out. All right, in which it was correct. Okay. So this is going to be the Ra, and the Ma. Of course, once again, right now, I'm just going to tell you, so you don't have to guess. Something's going to drop off towards the end of the word between these two letters, okay? All right, something's going to drop off, and it's going to be the A for the Ma. So instead of writing, let's see, AHRAMA, Arama. Now, Arama sounds like a word. If I'm not mistaken, it could be. So sometimes we have words connected. There are words that look just like this that can all be by itself. Okay? And that's another topic as well. So it's not Arama. All right? Okay? It's going to be, so you got the AH, you got the Ra, and you have the Ma. Okay? So what that's going to be is a rum. A rum, all right? Now you got a brother in the school who has a similar name, but it's Iron. All right, Iron with an I, like this right here, instead of a. Okay, so Iran, right? And what this means is, let me see. All right, and what this means right here is, or at least who are these people? They are going to be the Syrians. All right. So before I even do that, you're not going to be the Assyrians, but in the scriptures, you're going to see it like this. This is how you're going to see the name, the biblical name. So it sounds similar. It's pretty much the same thing, just without the H. But this is how you would translate it into the Hebrew. Aram, Aram, Aram. Same thing. Okay. And who are this? Who are these people? The Syrians. So you have the Syrians, you have the Assyrians and Syrians. Now, what's ironic about this, because people would think that they are the same thing, they're not. Just like Chinese and Japanese people are not the same. There's something else. There's another people too. Yeah, like for example, you have the people of Iraq, Iraqians, is how people would say it. Iranians and Iraqians. Okay, it's another one that I'm missing too. When people think that they are the same. Good night. Give me a second here. Let me see. Yeah, Chinese, Japanese people are not the same, and a lot of people think that they are the same because of the way that they look. Okay, Just because they look the same doesn't mean they are the same. Like, for example, uh, there's a big misconception that black people come from Africa, so which means that we are Africans. That's not true at all. Okay? That's not true, never has been true. That's false information. Just because you have, you know, so-called melanin or the same skin, color as another people doesn't make you the same. That's very ignorant and lack of education when it comes to learning about people, nations. And this is where you're gonna hear. Oh, also too, here we go. Um, North Africans and South Africans, which we are going to get into. The North Africans and South Africans are not the same. They are split up between nations. That's why you have a North and you have a South. It should make sense, all right? So let's keep it moving. That's what I want to get into. All right. So yes, they are Africans, but like they are a different type. Different type. Oh yeah, that's the other one. North Koreans and South Koreans. Those are not the same. They are not the same people. Okay. That's why you have a North, you have a South. All right. I'll get into that all in the future. Okay, for you guys. I'm gonna make sure I break down the stocks of these nations that I'm putting up here. All right. And one of these nations I want to put on the board, you should know by heart who who the stocks are. Okay. All right. Let's keep it moving. So right here we have Aram, which are the Syrians. All right, in the place of Syria. All right, that's good. Once again, if anybody has any questions or concerns, like for example, if you want to know what something means in Hebrew, you can go ahead and type it in the chat, and I'll go ahead and go over it, and probably the next class because we kind of lost some time. No. All right. All right. So that's the next one. I'll give y'all a minute to write that down. Otherwise, figure it out in the chat. Oh yeah, there's another misconception as well. A lot of people think that so the whole thing with Abraham giving Isaac, okay, the whole thing between Isaac and Ishmael, right? The whole thing between Isaac and Ishmael, people think some people think that Ishmael got the blessing, and because of that, they think that blacks, the real Jews, right, are the same. Like Ishmael is within the same nation as Israel, which is not true. All right, Ishmael is his own race of people. You feel me? Or nation of people. Okay, and Israel are two different things. And as you know, just like the Lord separated Jacob and Esau in a spiritual way, okay, spiritually and physically, it was the same thing when it came to Isaac and Ishmael. Because as you know, Isaac would be a Hebrew, okay? All right, he is a Israelite, all right? So Abraham, our forefather, gave Isaac the blessing, all right? Just so you know. We are going to go over this in a second. Give y'all a little bit more time. Okay. All right. So right here we have the ya. Okay. The ya is by itself because it has this symbol underneath there. Always make sure that you put your character. These are called characters right here. Make sure you always put characters underneath the Hebrew. Otherwise, it's not correct. Because if you don't have the characters, you won't know what the word is saying. You're going to be confused. In order to also to in most cases, in order to know what something is saying in Assyrian, when you're studying and when you're studying and writing it out, you have to first know what this is saying. And in some cases, for some people, all right, because some people learn differently when it comes to the Hebrew. You can learn in your own way, but of course with the protocol of how to really know what it is saying, if that makes sense. So the yeah, right? It's going to be YA, okay? We have the sh, which is by itself, SHA, all right? And then we have the M and the I connected together. Since the I is a letter by itself, just like right up here, it's just a letter that's by itself, one single letter. The A is going to drop off and M. And also, too, you can kind of see that as well. And that's pretty much kind of like, common sense to see that. Like, you can really see it. Because, the I would not cancel out if it's just a single letter. It doesn't make sense. Otherwise, the M could just be by itself and there would be no I. Okay? So, there's a purpose why the M and the I is connected. So, what's going to happen is the A is going to drop off and the I is going to stay. So, you got MI, right? And then you have the and the la, which is you have the and the la, which is by itself. So now we just finish it off. AH, little space, LA. And what does that say? Yashama Allah. Yashama Allah. Okay? Yashama Allah. That is correct. Damn right. Damn right. Yashama Allah. That's correct. Damn right. It says Yashama Allah. Okay? And so who is Yashama Allah? I pretty much just kind of gave you the hint. It is going to be Ishmael. Ishmael. And it's funny because like this sounds like it's saying Yasha Allah. You almost think that it's finna say Yasha Allah, which is Israel. No. What it's saying is Yashama Allah, which is Ishmael. Okay? It sounds similar, but it's not. And it looks similar, but it's not. Okay? Now, yep, so right here, let me see this real quick. Ishmael, let me see. Ishmael is going to be the Arabs. Otherwise, I say Arabs. However you say it. Arabs, they pretty much hate when you call them Arabs. I call them Arabs or Arabs, same thing. It doesn't matter. You feel me? All right. So Ishmael is the Arabs, Ishmaelites. Okay. Those people at your corner stores. Also, too, I forgot about the East Indians. They be at your corner store too. All right. They be the one that's your tech support, your customer service, and your scam likely. All right. Everybody know in the hood who Ishmael or the Arabs are. the ones who run the jewelry stores, the ones who are at the corner stores or gas stations. You feel me? The ones who are culture vultures for sure, especially in the rap game right now. If I may add that in there, got too many of them pretending to be like us for fame and fortune, which is disgusting. All right. All right. So moving on, because we lost some time. And what I'm gonna do for everybody is I'm gonna go through the whole 18 and then focus on something for next week. And time after time, we are going to do something different, and then come back to some of the things that we learned in previous times. There's a reason that we are doing that. Okay. All right. And once again, sis, that was correct. All right. Let's get it. All right. Okay. Yeah. Yep. All right. And I might move a little fast here. Okay. If so, if you think I'm moving a little too fast, no sweat. What you want to do is you can always come back to this class. And Salakia that we lost some time, so this might be short and quick and easy. Okay. All right. So what we have right here, we have the ma, the wa, the and the ga. It's like the ma, the wa, the and the ba. Okay. And real quick, you see that's all by itself. Each letter is by itself. So let's get it. We got the ma. We got the wa. We have the and we have the ba. Okay. So this would be pretty self-explanatory. Mawa'aba is how you pronounce it. Mawa'aba. All right. And who that is, that's going to be the Moabites, who are Chinese. Okay. All right. It's going to be Mawa'aba. Okay. All right, let me see something real quick. Yep. Chinese. Chinese who are the Moabites, otherwise known as Moab. The Asians, the Hmong, I believe the Vietnamese, I can never say it correctly. Okay, yeah, the Chinese, all right? The ones that, everyone loves the Chinese food everywhere you go. Chinese food is, it is very good. I enjoy it myself, but I enjoy what I make it myself because I don't trust their food. Even though some people have, people say that in the franchise that they have, the famous franchise, they don't do the stuff that most people talk about or see. I don't know. I really don't trust it. So what I would do is I cook it on my own. And most high Christ to the brothers and sisters who actually cooked for the feast of dedication, they actually came up with the idea of having a Chinese theme, but we just make it with our own twist, and it was amazing. It was something different. It was amazing. It tasted very authentic. It tasted like he was eating real chicken, real steak, and no rats. All right. Moving on. Let's see here. All right. So, 1 second there. Okay. So lucky for that. All right. Give y'all a second there. As y'all figuring that one out, I'm gonna write some more on the board. All right. Okay. Gonna go over the rest of them in a second. Okay. All right. Let me write the rest on the board. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Oh, okay. Let me see. Yep, that's correct, sis. Absolutely. Yep, that's correct. In a second, let me just put this down real quick. So you can see the rest. All right. Okay. Let's see. All right. So, mm, okay. Let's, okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start right there, and then I'm kind of gonna erase everything and do the rest. Yep. Okay. All right. So yes, sis, that was correct. It's I'm one. So we have an I right here. We have a ma, and then we have a wa. Oh, slide. It's a wa with a connected to the na. So since it's towards the end of the word, the A would drop off with the na. So you got one. I'm a one. Okay? All right. Now, this is who they are. Let me see. Yeah. They are the Japanese, which is Amin. Ammon. All right. The Japanese who are Ammonites. Okay. Japanese. All right. He's very good with the technology as we know it. Um, yeah, very good with the technology out there, especially with the cell phones. Well, the Chinese and the Japanese both are in the technology, um, industry. But if I have to give it to one of these nations, I would say the Japanese is far more better and more advanced than the Chinese are. All right. For this one, we have the AH. We have the DA. We have the wa connected to the ma. Okay. All right. So since that's connected, yep. Yes, this is correct. There you go. Adawan, Yasha'ala. Yep. It's gonna be Adawan. The A is gonna drop off with the ma. Now it sounds like Adawan, but it's Adawan, which is different. And so just that little letter, the letter M instead of a na, we have a ma. It changes the whole meaning of the word. And that's another thing I'm going to mention in one of these another class more in depth. Adawan, okay? And I spoke about what Adawan means last week, which everyone should know by now. It is going to be Esau, or better yet, Edom, which are so-called Caucasians or white people, is what we call them today. Let me erase that real quick. All right. All right. So the Caucasians. You know what? I don't know how to spell Caucasian. Well, good night. I'm just gonna say white, the white man. All right, white man. Or Europeans. Here we go. Let me see. Okay. All right. Caucasian or Caucasians. All right. Adawam. Also, too, Adawam can mean red as well as the color, or more of like red as in Esau, because Esau is a red man. Okay. Um, red is another thing too. And devil. Actually, let me write that down too. Red or devil. Boom. There you go. Okay. So red or devil. All right. Esau, Edom, red, devil. They're Caucasians. Okay. So-called, Europeans. All right. All right. Moving forward. Let's keep going. You have the yud by itself. You got the shut and the ruh together, which is shar, because the A drops off from the ruh. So you have shar. And then you have the and the la by itself. So AH and Allah. Yashar Allah, who is Israel. All right. So Yashar Allah is going to be Israel. Who are the blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians. All right. That's who they make up. So I kind of shortened it a little bit. Native Indians, all right? All right, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, all right? That's who the Israelites are. Okay? All right, so next, we have Ka by itself. 1 second. We got Ka by itself, which is Ka. Then we have the Wa and the Sha connected, which is going to be K. So like it. Oh, no, not K. Or Ka. It's going to be WASH. Kawash. Kawash. All right? That's how you say it. Kawash. Okay? The people of Kawash. Who is that? That you may ask. Before I finish, once again, I'm going to let everybody know that's watching. If I'm going too fast, it's because we're running out of time. You can always go back to the video after it's posted online. All right? Kawash is going to be the people of Cush, who is known as the Ethiopians. Okay? Ethiopians. All right. All right. Who is known as Cush? Okay? Cush. Cush are a stock of Africans, Ethiopians. All right. All right. Next, the last one is going to be. Well, let's get it. We got the Ma. We have the Tza and the Ra. Okay. Since the Tza and the Ra is connected, something is going to drop off, which is the A for the Ra. All right. So it's going to be TAZAR. Then we have the Ya and the Ma connected together. That's going to be YAM. Matazarian. Matazarian. Okay? Matazarian. All right? Shalom Yahabashim Shabarakatah to the brother. And yes, sis, I was correct. Kawam. That's right. No, not Kawam. No, wait, let me see something. Oh no, that's not a ma. That's a sha. Okay. So yeah, you was close, but yeah, that's a sha. All right. So Mafazarian, what that is or who that is going to be this right here. I don't know if anyone heard this term before, but Ms. Ryan. Ms. Ryan or Ms. Ryan, okay, are people. No, it's the wives, so don't worry about it. No, it's all good. Trust me, I got to go over my Hebrew sometimes too. It's all good. So Ms. Ryan or Ms. Ryan, all right, are the Egyptians, okay? So, yeah, okay. Ms. Ryan is going to be the Egyptians, all right? All right. Okay. I'll give you a little bit of time to write these down, the last four, if you haven't already, and then I'm going to erase it and give you the last eight. I believe eight or seven. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah. It looks like eight. Yep, that's right. So the last eight. That'll make 18. And I'm only going over 18 for a specific reason. Um, it's just something that I was doing, studying, but there's a lot more to go over in the future. Once again, if anybody wants to know what something means in Hebrew, um, you can message us in Messenger or on Facebook, the ISBK Minnesota page, or otherwise, what you can do is ask when I have a class where it's like one of those free classes. When I say free classes, meaning a class where on the spot we go online and we look for Hebrew words, how to say it, how to put certain things into a sentence. We can do that, all right? But based on if I have lessons, I'll just teach on those lessons, and if there's time, I will go over and interrupt myself. Otherwise, I'll dedicate an entire Friday class for just that. Whatever you want, whatever you guys want, you can have when it comes to Hebrew. All right? Oh, all right. Okay. All right. So what I'm about to do is erase the board and give you the last eight to finish up the class. Once again, Salaka, if anybody did not finish writing it down, don't worry. Once the class is over with, you have all the time in the world. All right, I'm back. Let's see. Hopefully, it should all fit on the board. Let me see. Yeah, it should be 12. Close. Let me see what you're doing. What you're doing. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, yeah, there we go. All right, almost done. And boom. That's it. It's the last one. Okay. We are in the game. All right. All right, so real quick, let's get to it. I'm gonna put the screen down just a little bit. The camera. There we go. All right. Okay. So we got all 8 on the screen. Yep, just keep it coming, huh? Most High in Christ, sis. Good job, good job. Yep, so the first one, you are correct. Yes. Yep. Because you have a ka, a wa, and a ta. Okay? All right. So it's going to be PA, The puz by itself, the wa and the ta is connected, which towards the end of the word, some drops off. In this case, right here, it's going to be the A for the ta. So W-A-T. For what? Okay? All right. For what? For what is going to be the northern or North Africans. And I'll get into that later as far as exactly who are the North Africans and who are the South Africans. North Africans. Boom. North Africans, all right? For what? Which are put. You're going to see this name in the Bible. Put. That's how you pronounce it. Put. Like P-U-T. That's how it sounds. Foot. Some people say foot, but it's foot. All right. Okay, yeah. All right. Next one. You have a ka, which is by itself. You have a na by itself. We have the I and the na connected together. Okay. So the sister was correct. I and N. And guess based how it looks, you should already know what this one is. Okay. Wait a second, it's about here. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. This is going to be Canaan, Canaan. All right, Canaan. That's who that is, Canaan. So this is the South Africans. All right. Hold on 1 second. Okay, this is going to be South Africans. And which are the Canaanites. All right. All right, so Canaan. So Canaan, Canaan. All right. South Africans, Canaanites. Okay. All right. Otherwise, North Africa would be just put. South Africa would be Canaan, but I made it plural. South, same thing. South African, South African, same thing. Canaan. Okay. So yeah, so it's gonna be the Canaanites. For this one right here, let me see something. That would be correct, Dwayne Davis. That's right. That would be correct. The brother is correct. All right. Ga, ma, and ra. Ga, which is by itself. The ma and the ra, you already know what that's going to be since it's connected. The A is going to drop off the ra, so you're left with M-A-R. Gamar. It's kind of funny because it sounds like a black name, Gamar, Jamar, Lamar, You know, most common, so-called African American names that you may hear in the growing up in the hood, in the slums. Oh yeah. So the word's gonna be Gamar, and let's see here. Yep, sis. Yep. You're killing the game right now. That is absolutely correct. Let's see. So Gamar, who is Gamar? That is going to be now. Gamar is actually the French. So the French. Oh, the French. Yeah, the French. That's who that's going to be. And also too, let me see. In the Bible, you're going to see this right here, Gomar. Instead of an A, it's going to be an O. Oh, it's like not Gomar, Gomor. Gomer. Slightly. So Gomor or the French. So you will see this in the Bible. Otherwise, they are the French. And I can give you the stats of who that might be later on. All right. All right, moving on. We have the ma, the ga by itself. Then we have the wa and the ga connected. All right. So ma is by itself. G, the ga is by itself. Ga, and then we have the wa and the ga connected. So you got W A G. Okay. Magawag. Magawag is how he says. It sounds a little funny, but Magawag. Magawag is how you pronounce that. And actually, it's funny that it sounds funny because this is who they are. Anytime you see in the scriptures, well, for example, right here, Russians or Russia, same thing. And the biblical term for them is going to be Magog. Anytime you see that name, just know who it is. It's going to be the Russians in the Bible. Magog. Magog. That's who that is. All right. Magog. Yep, you won. That is correct. Yep. You won. That's right. So you got the ya by itself, which is YA. We have the wa and the na connected, which is going to be WAN because the A drops off from the na. The wa stays. So you won. All right. Now be careful with this word, right? Because this is a nation of people. If you put instead of a na and you put a ma right here, whereas YAWAM, that means day. Yawam is a word that means day. We went over that for our vocabulary words within the past couple of weeks. All right, Yawan, who is that? Okay, it's going to be the Greeks. The Greeks. And in the Bible, you're going to see most likely this right here, the name in the Bible, this biblical name. All right. Javon, however they say it. Okay. I believe you're going to see it in the Bible. All right. Give me a second here. Let me see some real quick. Yes, yep, yep. You're going to see that in the Bible. First Chronicles 1:7 just mentions him. Okay, that's the Greeks. Javon, Javin, Javon. I mean, it's like I said, Javon. That's funny. Javin, Javin. I believe is how they will pronounce it. Javon sounds like a black name as well. Salaki. Javin, if I'm not mistaken, that's how they would pronounce it, according to the Bible. Okay. What's the next one? Yep, that's correct. Yep, that's correct. For that next one, says Ashkenaz. Ashkenaz. Oh, no. Wait. You said Ash. Oh no. Hold on. Let me see something. One second. Let me see something. 1 second, sis. All right. So, okay. For those that are watching, don't come for me, right? Let me show you something. Now, this is okay. How this is going to be presented in the Hebrew is the same, similar how it looks in the English. All right. Now, your question is going to be, how is that? Once again, I will bring this back up and I will show you how. Okay. All right. So sometimes when things are connected, things can be different. Now, notice that right away. This is not towards the end of the word. This is in the beginning of the word. And this is what I want to get into. Since it's in the beginning of the word, these two letters, something different is going to happen. All right? Just to let you know. And I'll get into the whole rule, how you do it, how it looks, how you know, how to break it down, all those things in the future. All right? So with this one, you're very close. Okay? So this is the and the sh. This is how it's going to look. The A, S, H. If you notice, the H from the is gone, and the A from the sh is gone. It's going to be ash. And if you think about it, let me see. Sometimes when these two are connected, you have others, like, for example, you got a famous captain by the name of Ash Shaparian, right? Captain Ash Aparium, who is very skillful at the Hebrew. And I remember looking at his name one day and looking at into the Hebrew. His name is spelled like this. Ash. So the A drops off with the sh, which lets you know that these two are connected in his name. Right? But in this sense, let me see here. In this sense, this is going to be, the Hebrew is going to be similar, the pronunciation is going to be similar than what the actual English is for this Hebrew word, if that makes sense, okay? Right, okay, sis, yep, that's right, yep. Time. So yeah, I see that you're getting it, you understand. All right, so it's still like, it's still in a way, still ash, because the A sounds like, the ush, right? Then you have the k by itself, K-A. And then you have, then you have the n and the z connected. So that's going to be Nas, Ashkenaz. Some people don't even know who this is or what that is. All right, I'll get into it. So Ashkenaz are going to be Let's see. It's going to be the Germans. Okay? The Germans. That's what Ashkash is. Okay? And yeah, Ashkenaz. It's spelled differently this way in the English. Ashkenas. Ashkenaz. All right? Germans. That's a unique word. Sounds weird when you say it. All right. We have the thud by itself. Boom. We have the ra and the sha together. The ra and the sha together. The A's gonna drop off the sha, so you are left with rush. Rush. Then you have a ya and a sha. That's gonna be yush. All right. The rush yush. That's another unique word. And who is that? That's going to be Spain. Spaniards. Spanians. However they say it. Spaniards, Spanians, Spain. Which are the Tarshish. The Tarshish people in the Bible. And we are going to get into precepts with this later in a different time. Tarshish is what you're going to see in the Bible. This, that, and this, everything. Okay? Tarshish. All right? Next one, the last one, is going to be ka. You have the th by itself as well. And then you have the ya and the ma connected. The ya and the ma connected is going to be yum. Y-A-M. Yum. All right. Cut the yum. What's that? That's going to be Italy or the Italians. Okay? Italy or the Italians. All right? Italians or Italy, so to speak. Okay? And that is Kittim. K-I-T-T-I-M. Kattayam. Yeah, Kattayam, that's correct. All right? Kittim, if you don't know who Kittim is, now you do. If you see this in the Bible, you know who they are. Okay? All right, that is all 18 nations. All right? So that's all 18 nations. I'm going to give y'all a second to write that down. So yeah, and Kittim is spelled K-I-T-T-I-M. All right? Let's see, what time is it? All right. Let me see here. Okay. All right. So yeah. So we have Pawut, which are the North Africans. Put Canaan, which is Canaan, South Africans. We have Gamar, which is the French, or Gamor. Gomer, yeah. Magawad, which is the Russians. Magad in the Bible. Yawan is going to be the Greeks. Javin. I want to say Javon, Jacory, whatever. Javon. uh, Javon, Javin, yeah, God. Ashkenaz is going to be the Germans, okay? Ashkenaz, same thing. The Rashash, Spain, people of Spain. Tarshish, and then we have Cathumium, which are either Italy or Italians. Kittim, all right? Which you are going to see in the Bible. And these are the last 8. The first 10 that we did, you can see pretty much even previously in the same video, all right? Because it'll still be on the board for a time. So you can copy that instead of going to the last video. Unless you want to, all right? So let me see here. Well, yeah, with that being said, yeah, the water to you, sis. The water, I appreciate you a lot. Absolutely. The water to you. And I would like to say Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shabbat to all the brothers, Shalom Al Shamar, Alathan Bashim Al Shai, to all the sisters, all right? To the brothers and sisters. With that being said, Shalom. All right. See y'all tomorrow for Sabbath service. All right. Shalom.